And you can go up to people like that anywhere around here. If you see someone who interests you by what they're wearing, like their cosplay, if they have a similar interest with you, anime, and I know it's a lot easier in this sort of situation because you know that you're all here for the same purpose. But even when you get out in the outside world and you see someone who appeals to you, there's no harm in going up to them and talking to them. The worst they can do is reject you. It's not like they're going to like take out a knife and stab you unless you're in a very special place. I don't know. So, because what have you got to hide? We're all imperfect, growing, learning human beings. If you feel ashamed or insecure about any aspect of yourself, and you feel that you have to hide those parts of you, whether to convert your so-called flaws into individualistic quirks, be honest with yourself, but don't beat yourself up. Apply this philosophy to others as well. There's a difference between being critical and being honest. Learn to watch the way you say things to yourself and others when being honest. Relax. Stop worrying. The worst that could happen, especially in social situations. So what if you fall flat on your face or get spinach stuck in your teeth? Learn to laugh at yourself both when it happens and afterwards. Turn it into a funny story that you can share with others. It lets them know that you're not perfect and makes you feel more at ease too. It's also an attractive quality for someone to be able to laugh at themselves and not take themselves too seriously.
Develop and express your individuality. If you're in a group of people and they're your friends and you like something and they don't, it's okay to disagree because you're an individual. It doesn't matter. I have a lot of friends that don't like the things that I like, and it's no big deal. I like Barbies. I'm 21 years old. I still play with Barbies. And I have a lot of friends that think that they're dumb, and I don't care because I'm an individual. And I mean, it was really hard for me in high school because I was a lot different, and I didn't care what people thought then, and I think a lot of people do because high school is the best, worst years of your life.
No, just the worst.
But I learned to... I came here, actually. And that's what happened. I came here and I found all these people that like the same thing as me, and then I realized that it didn't really matter. So being individual is very, very important because that's what draws people to you. Absolutely.
So it's also really good to have productive days because that helps motivate you and push you forward. I know that we all have lazy days where you feel like nothing's going in your life, but even if you just draw a picture or write something or even post some of your old artwork on DeviantArt, there's still that sense of accomplishment that you have, and that's a really, really good feeling because you feel like with your productivity you are pushing yourself forward, which is just another step in evolving and growing. And this one's really important. You need to believe in who you are. You can't just say, this is who I am, this is who I feel like I should be. You actually have to believe it. If you're just telling yourself you're something and then you're actually something else. So that's something that you always need to think of. Do that.
Yeah, I fail. Okay. 5 tips for improving your self-confidence. Number 1 is notice when you feel confident and when you don't. Who are you with what you're doing and what can you change? Boosting self-esteem and improving self-confidence involves being self-aware. 2, figure out if you're a why or a why not person. Why not accept yourself for who you are? Why not go to the party alone? Boosting your self-confidence and improving self-confidence is about accepting the challenge. You're being mean.
Card crusher, no!
3, replace what will people think if I do that with people think about themselves. Boosting self-esteem and improving self-confidence is being aware that people aren't thinking of you nearly as often as they're thinking about themselves.
And I'm going to interrupt you because Kelly has a story she would like to share that is very relevant to this situation.
Okay.
It has to do with going to a party by yourself. I was invited to a party once. Not by you, it was by DJ Lashes. And, and I don't usually go to parties like that by myself. And so I asked my good friend Molly and our good friend Kate to go with me because they do that. And I get there early because that's just the type of person I am. And I called them. And Kate says, I'm gonna do it in her voice, we have to be fashionably late. And I'm like, okay. And so they wait a little bit longer, and I call them again. And she's like, well, why don't you just go in there? And I'm not that type of social person where I could go to a scene that I'm not comfortable with and then just jump in and talk to people. Because, I mean, they were playing rap music, and there was girls grinding against each other, and I'm all like, it's not really my type of thing. And so what she said to me, which I thought was really cool, because she is such a self-confident person, and people are automatically attracted to her for that, she said, just stand there and look hot. And it was great advice, because you stand there, and if you are standing there and you're like, you know what, I look good, I look hot, I look damn sexy, people are going to feel that, and they're going to want to come up and talk to you.
It's just automatic attraction. It's actually scientifically proven that you release pheromones when you're feeling good about yourself that attract the opposite sex, which is pretty cool. We're equipped for that. You may continue, Anar.
Thank you. All right. Number 4. Share your failures and weaknesses with people. They'll likely be supportive, positive. They'll even like you more. Boosting self-esteem and improving your self-confidence is about being real.
Learn to read.
I'm stuttering.
Is that one of your failures?
Listen to what you tell yourself. Do you call yourself stupid, fat, ugly, or foolish? Boosting self-esteem and improving self-confidence involves treating yourself kindly, because if you don't, who will? Now that you know all that, you should have a good starting point on self-confidence. If you can get those 2 things, and the rest is really pretty simple. Now,
you'll now know what to talk about, and you will find it easier to meet people with the same interests as you, aside from being at a convention.
Yes.
It's time for lesson 3.
Lesson 3, use your ears. This panel really shouldn't be called how to talk to girls, but how to listen to girls. And that's the most important and most difficult part of the entire thing. Clean your damn ears.
Okay.
This is a following example of a way to not listen to a girl. Watch closely.
Hey, what's up?
Sandra says when she sees you in the hotel lobby.
How's it going?
You ask her. Not bad. Not bad at all.
Pretty good. You going to the hentai showing?
Yeah, but only 'cause it's funny.
You say.
Man, I can't believe some of the shows they have. Last year there was this one about...
I could suck my own dick.
You say. Okay, why do you say that? It makes you look desperate and gross. And also, you're weird. Weird.
What?
She asks.
Yep, I just lean against the wall upside down. I'm not well hung.
No, you're just fucking stupid. Now, that was a pretty desperate ending. It's a true story. It happened. This shit happened. This shit's real. It was all him, man.